It's been so long since I filmed an intro. What do I even say? Hello everyone, and welcome to my return to Internet Society. Today, I have something super fun and special planned for us. Today, we're going to be diving into the deepest, darkest pits of Reddit hell, and we are going to be looking at r/offmychest, which is a subreddit for people to go to who just feel the need to air out their business, just to get it off their chest, just to move on with their lives, and we get the great pleasure of hearing about it. And, you know, sometimes it gets a little uncomfortable, sometimes it's a little unserious, sometimes we're getting called out for being shitty-ass parents. You know, you just never know what you might get, and to sweeten the deal, we are going to be doing our makeup while we do it, while we judge people online. I can't think of a better way to spend my afternoon than judging people online and doing my makeup. So I just had to share with the rest of the world. This is the inspiration for the makeup today. We're going to be going for this kind of pink, icy pink look. I've seen it described as, just because pink is my favorite color, and I have absolutely nothing else to do today. We're going to be clipping my bangs back with these rainbow pins. I hate doing a forehead reveal. I like my bangs because they make me feel safe and protected, and now I'm just exposing my forehead. But it's okay, it's for the sake of makeup. The first story we're going to be looking at is titled, "My mother-in-law has essentially replaced me as my ex-husband's wife." And when I first read this title, I had to do a double take. I'm like, am I reading that correctly? Like, what do you mean your mother-in-law replaced you as your ex-husband's wife? So you mean your ex-husband's mother? It piqued my interest for sure, so I had to see what the fuss was about, and oh, it's not great. It's not looking great for the mother-in-law or her son. So let's get into it, shall we? Before I put on my foundation, I'm going to be going in with, it's called Put In Calming Everyday Cream by Olivia Uma. I just got it in an Ipsy bag, but it's actually really nice. I actually have been using it, and it works good under makeup for hydration. It is beyond exhausting to watch my former mother-in-law essentially marry her son, my ex-husband, to keep him from hitting rock bottom. After 15 years of marriage and 3 children together, I watched her bail him out of every responsibility, including our divorce. The level of betrayal is staggering. Last year, she finally admitted that she had known about and supported his 9-year affair with the co-worker the entire time. She kept his secret while I was still his wife, and now she continues to ignore his blatant drug use just to keep him under her roof. Do I even need to say it? I can't stand when mothers blatantly make excuses for their sons' specifically poor actions, but also when they enable things like that and just make life hell for people involved in their son's life just to keep them out of trouble. I know that if I ever had a son and he was married and having a 9-year affair with a coworker, I would not be defending his ass. I would be bringing it up to his wife 100%. And the fact that that is not a shared stance among all mothers is just kind of wild to me. I need to keep it moving because we still have more to get through. There's layers to this, but bitches are crazy. She has created a relationship so enmeshed that it's visible to everyone. When he was recently on life support in the hospital, she repeatedly introduced herself to multiple doctors and nurses as his wife instead of his mother. She even claims she can't go to sleep until he tucks both her and the dog in and kisses them goodnight. Well, whatever floats your boat, no, actually, no, absolutely not. Oh, and it just gets worse from here, God. Kill me now. In public, the behavior is just as jarring. She exclusively refers to him as babe or honey, and even refers to him as daddy when telling stories. I do not remember reading that part. Oh my God, that's terrible. What do you mean? What do you mean you're calling your son daddy? that's not something that should ever be taking place. The intimacy between them is so couple-like that it makes everyone uncomfortable. The ongoing joke among those who know them is that they are married in every way except for the physical component. And like, thank God for that, but like, the rest of this isn't much better. Like, oh my God, to think there's like actually people out there like this. Jail. Immediately jail, because how is this like legal? Like, genuinely. This dynamic is a complete barrier to his sobriety. He isn't focused on being a father to his kids because he's too busy being a surrogate husband to his own mother. I'm trying to move on, but the sheer toxicity of this relationship is a constant drain on my mental health. Mine too, girl. I wanted to add some context regarding the history here. I actually first confronted him about this specific coworker back in 2019, but he flat out denied it. Later, when he filed for divorce, I went to his mother to ask if she knew anything. She looked me in the eye and insisted he would never cheat on me. She even claimed she had never heard the woman's name before. When I went back to him again after that conversation, he doubled down on the denial. He told me she was just a coworker and pointed out that she was also married with kids as proof nothing was happening. Doesn't mean shit. I know for a fact now that the affair happened. While he was in the hospital, I saw tangible proof on his phone that he was still actively in a relationship with her. To this day, I have never told him that I saw those messages or that his mother openly admitted anything to me while he was hospitalized. While he was hospitalized, it's crazy. Not really the point. Like, this whole thing is crazy, and there's just so many layers to this that, like, I feel like I'm missing something, like something's not fully clocking to me. All I know is that this situation is crazy. And like, I feel like I don't even like fully know what to say about this just because of how insane it is, that it's like, I feel like we all know what's wrong with this and why this is so like strange. Like, it just seems like common sense, but I fear common sense is the sense that is not so common. Already, the fact that your husband's mother is defending his actions not only in the affair he was having, but also enabling his drug use and just not, you know, supporting his sobriety and just, you know, being kind of a shitty mom in general, it sounds like insane. When we get into like the incestuous layer of it, it gets so much worse, because what do you mean you're referring to your son as like babe or honey in like a romantic context? That's just gross, and like that should never be happening. And the fact that even needs to be said is insane. Like, can we please just be normal? For the sake of our society and everyone involved, please, let's just be normal. And like, she's even saying, but the sheer toxicity of this relationship is a constant drain on my mental health. Girl, I feel you, because like I know they're divorced, but like, just knowing that like this is going on and like you were married to this person, like this is deeply ingrained as a part of your lore now forever, and you just kind of like have to deal with that would be so upsetting. Thank you for sharing with us. This was very, very enlightening. This is the foundation I was using, Born This Way by Too Faced, in the shade Swan. This next one we're gonna read is a little bit less serious, because I feel like after that we need to reel it back in a little bit, reel it back into reality. You know, let's just have a laugh. Let's just have a cute little moment together. I've been reverse psychologying my coworker for 8 months and she has no idea. While we read this, I'm just gonna be going in with some setting powder. I am 24 male, work with this girl, 23 female, and she always comes to me for advice. Work stuff, personal stuff, whatever. The problem is she never takes it. Like, I could tell her the sky is blue and she'd go check just to prove me wrong. Obviously, I'm sure that's like a hyperbole, but like the concept of that is so funny to me. Like, imagine asking someone that question, like, what color is the sky? Like, obviously it's fucking blue, but like, you have to go check that. Like, I know like that probably didn't actually happen, but like the concept of that is really funny to me. So around 8 months ago, I got tired of it and just started telling her the opposite of what I actually thought. Told her not to apply for the senior role because she probably wasn't ready. She applied the next day and got it, told her the project idea she had was too risky and wouldn't work. She pushed back hard, presented it to management anyway. They loved it. At this point, I'm just her hype man in disguise. She thinks I'm pessimistic and unhelpful. I think I'm the most influential person in her career. The worst part is last week she told her friend, he never believes in me, but I prove him wrong every time. She quite literally thinks she's winning. I cannot correct this. I will not correct this. We are both thriving. And you know what? I don't think you should correct it because I think what you're doing is hilarious and also, in the long run, benefiting her. I just got powder all over my desk. I think this is one of those things where it's just like, you know, not hurting anyone. And if anything, it's benefiting her. Also, like, if she wants to come to you for advice and then not take it, you kind of have no other choice. Like, she was kind of setting herself up for that, in my personal opinion. But now that we've got that one out of the way, let's go back to a more serious one. A little bit more uncomfortable. A little bit more unhinged, I might say. My friend beat me because he thinks I'm sleeping with his wife. I am not. To start out with the eyeshadow, I'm going to be going in with this Wet n Wild eyeliner in the shade Shock Therapy, and it's this pretty, like, sparkly pink one. I've known him for almost 15 years. High school friend. We were both early 30s. I was not even aware that he had issues with his wife. Her and I are not even friends. I do not think I ever talked to her without him being there. So a few days later, we meet with all our friends, all guys, and he starts talking about how he knows everything and that he's shocked that it was me, and I did not have an idea what he was talking about. Then he stood up and punched me twice in the face before our friends held him. This is just, like, insane to me, because if you have, like, any reason to suspect that your best friend is cheating with, if you have any suspicion that your wife is cheating on you with your best friend, I feel like that's something you'd want to discuss first. That's not something I feel like you should immediately go resorting to violence for, especially if these people are barely even friends, barely even talk. It just seems like a crazy conclusion to jump to when you have not discussed this at all with anyone. I was bleeding with my nose, and I honestly freaked out thinking I wronged him in some way, because he's not the violent type and usually very rational. And he starts talking about the affair and how he is not an idiot and how this will have consequences. Girl, calm down. I think the dumb expression on my face and my bleeding nose got to him, and he said something like, I know it's you. I know you've been sleeping with my wife. Finally, you decide to tell him what you think he did wrong. Why would you not bring that up to him first of all? Again, just very, very odd situation. I honestly was gonna laugh, like there was zero reason for him to think that. I asked, why would you possibly think that? He said he knows she is cheating and all the clues show it is me, whatever that means. The thing is, I am a petro engineer and been in Dubai for like 2 months. I was basically trapped there because of the Iran thing and only managed to get a flight a couple days before I met him. I have no idea what he's talking about. I do not think I even have his wife's number. Referring to it as the Iran thing is kind of insane, but you know, we're gonna move past that. I told him that's BS. I showed him some pictures from my rig, and I even had a screenshot of my boarding pass. His face changed and was close to crying, I guess. He left without saying a word. So now there's a divide among our friends. Some say I should report that to the police in case he gets really violent or hurts someone or himself. And some, this is my sentiment too, think I should let it go and not add insult to injury. He's clearly in a bad place and I do not want him to get into trouble. We tried calling him a lot, but his phone was off. This was yesterday. So that's basically it. Guess I will have to swallow since my nose is fine now. No, bitch. Why would you? Okay. I don't think you should let that go. Like, personally, I would not let that slide, because if you're not even going to try to rationally discuss that with me first and instead just jump to conclusions resulting in physical assault, that's not like something to take lightly. There should be consequences to that 100%. Do I think that you should call the cops? Maybe. I mean, maybe I probably would. But like, also considering that you've known him for 15 years, I think maybe there's room to talk it out first. Like, I know he's in a bad space mentally, but I think you should at least, you know, have a conversation about it. Say, hey, that wasn't cool. Why are you like being an asshole all of a sudden? Like, I know a lot of people, a lot of men especially, will like resort to violence when they are overly emotional. but that shouldn't be something that's like considered normal. Absolutely not. And I don't think you should let that behavior slide in a friendship long term like that, because again, the fact that he immediately jumped to conclusions without discussing it with you is insane in the first place, but then to go physically assault you because of it is like a whole other level of like insane, and like could potentially have, you know, legal consequences if he like broke your nose, which I'm not sure. I don't think he ever said his nose was broken, but it seemed like that very could have easily been the case if it had gotten any further. So that's my 2 cents on that. It feels so weird going back and forth from like these, like some of these very serious stories, just like, hey, here's my makeup, here's my blush, look at my blush, guys. So like, I'm sorry, God, I actually like didn't think about that. That always happens. I accidentally just stuck my finger into one of my like glitter toppers on this palette. This is actually one of my favorite palettes ever. It's called After Hours from ColourPop. I am like obsessed with ColourPop's palettes, actually, just like in general. Not sponsored, but like low-key manifesting that they sponsor me someday. I think I'm gonna blend this pink out with this lighter pink from here. This is Lovecraft from the palette Fade into Hue, also from ColourPop. I love the process of like never being able to get my eyeliner to match. And you know, at this point I've kind of just like accepted that it will never happen. So I guess we're gonna move on now. I'm gonna go in with the shade Atelier. I think that's maybe how you pronounce it, I don't know. The next story we're gonna get into is going to be a less serious one, because I think we need to, like, you know, just have a laugh. I feel guilty for drinking tomato soup in my travel mug and lying about it. When I read the title of this, I'm like, that's low-key so wholesome. I don't know, I just love it when people feel bad about like white lies that like aren't that serious. It's like, wow, you're like actually a good person. It's good to know that there's like still good people in the world, you know? I, 21 male, work for a preschool program and love my job. I love working with the students, and most of my coworkers are pretty nice. I also really love tomato soup and grilled cheese. Me too, girl. I even got a mug just to have my tomato soup in, because it's a lot easier to enjoy than a bowl. I don't usually bring my tomato soup mug with me anywhere, and I'm not a coffee or tea fan. Anyway, my coworkers were constantly bringing these mugs that looked like my tomato mug, and I thought to myself, I could probably just bring my tomato soup mug and no one would question it. So that's exactly what I did. In the morning, I worked the opening shift, brought my tomato soup in a mug, and truly never felt happier. And honestly, I love that for you. I love that that is what makes your day brighter. I got to enjoy my soup like any coffee enjoyer would. It was all really good until my coworker noticed. She asked what was in the mug. I didn't even think for 2 seconds, and I said, just coffee. My other coworker chimed in and went on about her homemade cold brew and how that's all she drinks now. I panicked in the moment and really thought that this one lie was gonna be fine. Nope, it really wasn't fine. The next day, my coworker brought me in some of her cold brew to drink. Mind you, I do not like coffee. I had to sit through the pain and down this homemade cold brew and ignore my tomato soup. Now my coworkers brought me more cold brew, and my other coworker has started bringing me coffees when she picks up hers as a surprise. I feel like I'm in too deep in the lie at this point to say anything, and their gestures are super nice. I just think it's so funny that this whole ordeal was caused because you wanted to bring tomato soup to work. And like, I just love that. I love that for you. I love that for our society. I think this is a really good progression. I think ultimately, if you came clean about the fact that, you know, you just wanted to bring your tomato soup in a mug to like just your coworkers, I feel like it would be fine. I feel like they would forgive you. I think, you know, maybe it might also give them a bit of a good laugh. But, you know, at the same time, I understand, not quite sure what the rules are where you work, but that could have consequences if you're like not supposed to like have food, you know, like in a cup situation. But then that made me go down to the comments, and I found this thread It starts with this comment saying maybe you're starting to get headaches and trying to cut back on coffee to see if that helps. Thank them so much for bringing you coffee, but let them know you're going to try caffeine-free beverages. You might even add that you wish you could drink decaf coffee, but it gives you heartburn. Or maybe a coffee gives you heartburn and that's why you're cutting back? Then maybe you could tell them you're switching to smoothies. Technically, tomato soup sort of is like a smoothie. I'm trying the cold tomato soup diet. I can't drink coffee with you, sorry. And maybe bring them a tomato soup to try, since they've been so kind in bringing you drinks. You'll be paying off your social debt and also weirding them out enough that they'll leave it, or maybe one will like it and you can be soup buddies. Wouldn't that be swell? I gotta get off the internet, I swear. Me too, girl. Next, I'm gonna go in with the shade Lovecraft from the same palette. One time in my junior year of high school, we all decided to take a trip to a nearby lake in our state, and we were gonna go camping for a few days and, you know, just hang out, have a good time. When we got there, I don't know what kind of demonic possession overtook me, but I thought it would be so funny if I just spoke in the most obnoxiously inaccurate Russian accent I could muster up. And I just spoke like that for the entire trip, and everyone got really sick of me. And I look back on my high school experience, and like sometimes I just have to wonder, like, I wonder why people didn't like me that much in high school. Now that I'm, you know, an adult and grown past that era of, you know, my life, I just think it's so fun when I'm hanging out with my friends. Sometimes I'll just start talking like a Kardashian, and you know, that just brightens their day. And you know, I'm just a comedic genius, really. I'm trying to like make my eyeshadows even, and you know, it's just not really working out that great for me. I don't have any plans after this, so as long as I can just get my makeup to look decent on camera, who cares if it looks like shit to everyone else? No one ever has to know about it. Now that we've got like a somewhat decent base for our makeup, I am going to go in with a slightly lighter color. This shade Glamour is from After Hours palette from ColourPop. And I'm just gonna put it in on like the corners. When I'm doing my makeup, I really just love to make shit up as I go along. I honestly have never really even tried following tutorials because I just know I wouldn't be able to do them very well. My strong suit is really just, you know, fuck around and find out, and that's the approach I take to most of my life, honestly. That's why I'm working a dead-end restaurant job and I'm not in school. I'm gonna go in with this NYX white liner. This is one of the few things that I actually will do that's like recommended, because I like actually think it makes my eye makeup look better. That looks off. Next, I'm gonna go in with this glitter topper just with my finger in the shade Till Dawn from the After Hours palette. Look at that. That's like so gorgeous. Sorry I'm like flipping you off right now, but like it's for a good cause, because like look at that shit. I'm gonna go in with another topper, shade Fantasyland from ColourPop Fade into Hue. I'm also gonna go in with a bit more of the white liner just in the corners of my eye, just to kind of create the more almost kind of gradient effect. And then now that that's like blended out a bit better, going to go in with this white glitter topper. I might also just kind of pull that out to the rest of the crease, just to kind of like make a more like defined look, I guess. Now that the eyeshadow is how I want it to be, for the most part, I'm going to finish by blending it out with the shade Saturday Night from the After Hours palette. I don't know why I'm trying to do like my own tutorial when I don't even follow other people's tutorials. I just like talking. I'm actually gonna do my eyeliner off camera because like I don't trust myself with that. So to finish off the eyeshadow, I went in with the shade Whiskey in the After Hours palette and just like went in with a very fine tip brush and just like tried my best to create some sort of eyeline in contrast with the rest of the makeup. It looks okay on this side. honestly kind of wish I didn't do it, but I also went in with some foundation just to like kind of clean up the edges. We're just gonna finish off with some mascara and then move on. I'm gonna go in with my YSL mascara. Feeling that makes me feel so fancy. I literally just got this in a Nipsey bag, but like I've never had like designer makeup, so it just like makes me feel important. As a teacher, and I mean this as disrespectfully as I can, a lot of y'all are shitty ass parents. Oh boy, do I agree with that statement. I'm a teacher, and I'm just gonna say it. Some of y'all are straight up not parenting. You're keeping a kid alive and calling it a day. My child is fed and has clothes on their back. Great, good for you. That's the bare minimum. That's not raising a human being, just maintenance. What happens after school? Do you set expectations? Do you hold them accountable? Do you correct behavior? Who am I kidding? A lot of you probably don't. You give them an iPad and check out, because I see the results of that every single day. Kids who can't handle being told no, kids who think rules are optional, kids who genuinely don't understand that actions have consequences, and then when something happens, it's somehow the teacher's fault, the school's fault, anyone's fault but the parents. And I already know the excuse, they're just kids. Yes, they are, but they're not going to stay kids. You don't get to ignore behavior for 10 plus years and then act shocked when that same behavior follows them into their teens and adulthoods. The world is not going to gently redirect them the way a teacher has to. The world is going to hit them with real consequences, and it's not going to care whose fault you think it is. There's a reason schools are pushing for social and emotional learning so hard. It's not because we want to play parent. Too many kids are walking in without basic skills they should have learned at home. The reason I picked this one out was because I think this really just touches on a bigger societal issue of like the fact that the rise in iPad kids is great and alarming, and more we are starting to see the effects of that happening. I think it really comes down to like some people become parents who just should not become parents. And I think in general, the societal expectation to have kids, especially in this day and age, is kind of just becoming more and more not that important, if I'm being so honest. Because there are shitty parents from every generation, but I think with how accessible technology has gotten just in the past, decade, we're starting to see consequences of actions that like we have never had to face before when it comes to kids and parenting, and just with a lot of things in general. I think especially like having the perspective of a school teacher is very interesting, because I think when something goes wrong with the child, especially at school, a lot of the times it's easy just to blame the school itself instead of taking into account like the actual parenting of the child and what is happening at home, what is not happening. I'm gonna be so honest, I'm not fully sure what social and emotional learning entails in schools. I haven't heard a lot about that, but from what it sounds like, I think measures like that are going to start becoming more and more important just for people being able to function in a society as the years go by, because I am genuinely scared for the newer generation. And I know there's always been like a lot of pessimism for like every upcoming generation, but it just feels so sinister, especially with the direction the world's going in, and just like how people are parenting and avoiding just general responsibilities like that. Just wanted to throw that one in there. That is actually the last, I don't know if I said this, but that was actually the last story I had. So we're going to quickly just finish up the look and then close out the video. I'm going over the blush I just did with a powder blush. I honestly don't know what this palette is. It was given to me in high school and I still have it. I pretty much just used the blush out of it. I don't really contour at all. My makeup would probably be a lot better if I did. Last thing I'm gonna do are the lips, and I think for that I'm going to start with this lip liner. Honestly, not sure what the brand is, but it's just this kind of like reddish brown color. It works good as a liner. I found I use it quite often. So then I just blend it out a little bit with my finger, just to make it look a little more gradient and like less in your face. And then I'm gonna go in with this This is really cute. This is like a wine bottle lip tint. I got this with my mom one day at a random shop, and I use it quite often. It's actually a really good lip tint, and I tend to focus it in like that area of lips. I don't really like put it more to like the edge. I don't know what the anatomy of like lips are called. You're just gonna have to like look at what I'm talking about to understand what I'm talking about. Finish it off, I'm gonna go in with this lip oil. This is from Ruby Rose. I just got this one as well. Have not even opened it yet, but it's in the shade Watermelon. I tend to like lip oils sometimes a little more than lip glosses just because they feel a little lighter and like less sticky. This one is really nice. Actually, I probably will repurchase this on my own. And that pretty much finishes up what I had in mind for the makeup, so I'm going to unpin my bangs now. Wow, and we're done. I know I said that like as long as I got it to look decent on camera, that's all that matters, but it actually does look presentable off camera. I'm actually very pleasantly surprised with how this turned out. I did not think it would turn out. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did make it this far, I very much appreciate that, and I hope you stick around for the rest of my return to Internet Society. We're working on it. It's a long process. I'm saying my return to Internet Society as if I got canceled. No one cares about me that much. I fear. I actually wish. You know those like threads on Twitter where they'll like take different celebrities and be like, this is like all their problematic actions. Sometimes they'll just be like so ridiculous. Like, I'm not talking about the ones that are like actual like allegations and like serious offenses, but like the ones that are just like so ridiculous and like unserious that you can't really tell if they're supposed to be a joke or not. I want one of those made about me. So that's just kind of like manifesting my goal for the near future. And I hope you guys will choose to stick around for that because I think it'll be a really good time. I want to branch out more on my content. I always will enjoy making videos like this. I just love judging people on the internet. It's my favorite hobby, and I love doing my makeup also. But I would also love to branch out just maybe into like more gaming content. I actually really want to start a Tomodachi Life series with the new game that's coming out. I really have my heart set on that, so that might be coming soon, and that would be super fun. If you have any ideas for like future content you could see me making, please do share your great wisdom with me, because I don't know what I'm doing. Now I'm just gonna give you my blue-eyed stare till you click off the video. In the meantime, please do take care of yourself. Please eat food, drink water, do all the things. And I hope to see you back here next time, whenever next time happens to be. I really have nothing insightful to say. Bye. Words are hard. Words are hard. Words are hard.